Hello class, and welcome to our lesson on adding and subtracting fractions. Today we'll be going over how to add and subtract regular fractions as well as mixed numbers. So the first step, whenever you add or subtract any fraction, you always want to make sure the denominators are the same in both fractions that you are adding or subtracting. So in this example I provided, you can see 4 over 5 and 2 over 5 have the same denominator. So if the denominators are the same, we are going to continue to add or subtract because we don't need to change the denominator. In the other example I provided, you can see it's 2 over 3 as well as 5 over 6. As you can see, the 3 and the 6 are different numbers, so we cannot add or subtract. What we have to do is we need to find the common denominator in order to go to the next step of adding or subtracting. So steps in finding the common denominator. We need to multiply the denominator and the numerator by the least common multiple of the denominator. So the least common multiple is a number that both denominators can be multiplied by that are the same. So for example, if we were to look at 4 and 6, let me write it so you guys can see. So if we were to look at 4 and 6, what's a number that they both have in common? The least, so if you were to go through the numbers, they have 12 in common, they have 24 in common, they have 36 in common, they have so many numbers in common, but we need to find the one that is the least. So out of all the numbers that we described, 12 would be the least common denominator for these two numbers. So once you figure out that 12 is the least common denominator, we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the number that gives us 12. So let's look at this example over here. We have 2 over 5 and 5 over 10. So 2 over 5 plus 5 over 10. Okay, so a number that we're looking at the denominators, remember that, not the numerators. So a number that the denominators have in common, the least common multiple would be 10. So we have to multiply 5 by 2 to get 10, and whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top as well. So we have to multiply 2 by 2. And when we look at this fraction, we see that 10 is already there. So we don't have to multiply it by anything. If you would like to, you can multiply it by 1, just so you know that it stays the same. So let me do it in a different color. So now we have 2 times 2, which gives us 4, over 2 times 5, which gives us 10, and then plus, and then 5 times 1 would just give you 5, and 10 times 1 would give you 10. So now all we have to do is add because the denominators are the same. So we're just going to add the top numbers and you leave the denominator as 10. You do not change that. So 4 plus 5 is 9 over the denominator stays the same, which is 10. So 9 over 10, this would be your final answer, 9 over 10. And you need to remember that when you're changing the denominator and finding the least common multiple, you need to do the number that's the least, because when you do the number that is the greatest, it's going to be harder to simplify, and when you do the least common multiple, it's easier, it's already simplified for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And always remember that whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top as well. So for adding, once you get the same common denominator, all you have to do is add the numerators. So the example I provided is 6 over 7 plus 5 over 7. So when we look at this, we see that 7 and 7 are the same. So we do not have to worry about finding the least common multiple because the denominators are already the same. So all we have to do is add the 6 and the 5, and what we get is 11, and then keep the denominator the same. So your answer will be 11 over 7. Same thing goes for subtracting. once you get the same common denominator, all you have to do is subtract the numerators. So we have 5 over 7, and 7 is the denominator, and 1 minus 1 over 7. 7 is also the denominator. So when we do 5 over 7 minus 1 over 7, we see that it equals 4 over 7, and the denominator is still 7. We only changed the numerator for addition as well as subtraction. So let's go over what's a mixed number now. A mixed number is a whole number with a numerator and a denominator. So the example is 2 and 4 over 5. As you can see, we have a whole number right here, which is 2, as well as a fraction, 4 over 5, which includes a numerator and a denominator. Another example of a mixed number is 3 and 2 over 4, or you can say 9 over 7 over 8. There are so many possibilities for mixed numbers, but always remember a mixed number has a whole number, which is in front of the fraction, and then a fraction right behind it. So for adding or subtracting mixed numbers, the first step in changing a mixed number to an improper fraction is multiplying the denominator and the whole number. So by this I mean, for the example I provided, we have 2 and 3 over 4. So this is our fraction our mixed number we're working with. So 2 and 3 over 4. The first step we want to do is multiply the denominator and the whole number. So we have 4 times 2. So when we multiply 4 times 2, that gives you 8. So we have 8, and then we add that answer to the numerator. So we have 8, because 4 times 2 is 8, and then we add 3, because 3 is a numerator. So 8 plus 3 is 11, and you keep the denominator the same. You do not change the denominator. So your answer would be 11 over 4. And remember, all we're doing is multiplying the denominator by the whole number, and once you get that answer, we are adding that answer to the numerator. And remember, you need to keep the denominator the same. The denominator does not change. Let's try a quick example of adding two mixed numbers together. So let's do this one, because we already did 2 and 3 over 4, and we got 11 over 4. So we have 11 over 4 plus, let's do 3 and 2 over 3. Okay, so we have an improper fraction and a mixed number. So our first step in figuring out what the improper fraction is we're going to multiply the denominator and the whole number, and we're going to add that answer by the numerator. So when we do this, we get 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 2 is 11. So now we have 11 over 3. So now we're working with 11 over 4, so this, and then we're working with 11 over 3. So the next step to solve this equation for adding the two improper fractions is determining what the least common multiple is between 11 over 4 and 11 over 3. So let me write it down here for you guys to see. So 11 over 4 plus 11 over 3, and let's think of a number that 4 and 3 have in common that is the least common multiple. So you can think of, 12 is the least common multiple, so we're going to multiply 4 by 3, because 4 times 3 is 12, and whatever we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. So then over here you would do 3 times 4, because that equals 12, and then 11 times 4. So our new equation will be 33 over 12 plus 44 over 12. So now all we have to do is add the top and keep the denominator the same. So when we add the top together, we get 33 plus 44 is 77, and then keep the denominator the same. So then we'll get 77 over 12. And that is your answer. You won't be able to simplify this fraction because nothing goes into 7 and 12 evenly. And that is the process in determining how to add mixed numbers. So remember, all you have to do is make the mixed number and an improper fraction, and then once you get that, make sure the denominators are the same, and then just do your regular addition or subtraction, and make sure the denominator stays the same. You are only changing the numbers on the top, either adding or subtracting. So when we go back to class, the activity you guys are going to do, or you're going to create 3 different equations with fractions. So you can do an addition, a subtraction, and an equation with mixed numbers, with 2 mixed numbers. And then you're going to solve each equation and make sure you show your work. In all of my slides here, you saw the process I used right here in determining what the answer was in adding mixed numbers, and right here, or actually not that slide, it was up here where I showed the process of what number I multiplied the denominator by to get the least common multiple. So we're going to be working on that when we go back to class, but make sure to review this PowerPoint if you guys have any difficulties with fractions or anything. Just keep on going over the slides and you guys will understand it. The more you practice, the more you guys are going to learn about fractions and remember it. So, thank you for watching my lecture on adding and subtracting fractions, and I hope you guys learned a lot. Thank you.